Yes.
I forgot to start recording before the intros.
You missed our intros?
Yeah, we missed the entire intro. We're not going to start over. People at home are just going to miss those specific intros. Only live viewers will get it. My bad, guys. It's literally been like 2 years since I forgot to do that. My apologies.
Cotton's mom's going to be so mad at you.
Apologies. I mean, Cotton's mom watches live, I think. Or does she watch on YouTube?
Both, because she'll watch it on YouTube and she's missed it. I'm not sure if she's here. I haven't checked the chat.
That's fine. You know, guys, even if Cotton's mom misses it, it's okay, because we're still gonna sit around here and talk a little bit, you know. There was some reason I was gonna make a Zonal joke, and now I've lost it. What was the joke? What were you talking about right before I mentioned the intros weren't on?
I don't know.
I mean, who can keep track of these things?
Guys, it was like 20 seconds ago.
This is the 80s.
You dropped the bomb, then you weren't even recording, and we were like, damn.
The shock and awe of you.
You don't know about shock and awe. I'm gonna tell you. Shock and awe. Shocking on my ass.
Got him.
All right, look. Surely there's something else.
I might, because I started a little bit late recording, but I think I did get the intros. So,
all right,
yeah,
somebody got the intros.
Yeah.
Look, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can always go to youtube.com/robSHEPart. Is that right?
Correct.
And, watch the part where you can also see the rolls. And you'll be able to watch the intros, just in case you're wondering. Like, of course. Did you know that 75% of viewers watch intros?
I did not.
I'm actually shocked by how high that number is. Given the number of complaints that I got, I always assumed that the number was quite low, but it turns out it's just very vocal people who don't watch the intros.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Too busy watching the intros.
Okay. Do we have anything else we need to talk about? I know it's been a week, but I don't know that it very much is... I mean, I've been exhausted. I ordered a fire extinguisher. I've been having terrible nightmares.
You move all your stuff out of your basement and back into it?
No.
Not done with that yet?
But I gotta tell you, that's the reason I'm buying the fire extinguisher. I had a dream where the perfect spot caught fire. The closet underneath my staircase, which is also the exit to the unfinished set. So in the state of Delaware, you have to have basement areas have to have 2 exits. But there is a location where if a fire was set, both of my exits would be blocked because they're within like a foot of each other.
Yeah.
So if the stairs caught fire, I would be screwed. I would literally die in a fire. So I thought, I basically sleep in my studio all the time. I spend like hours every day here. If there was a studio fire from all the electronics, I would prefer not to be dead. So I'm going to go buy a fire extinguisher. Now, of course, the reason I have started thinking about fires is because I started playing Subnautica, and now I'm consumed by adrenaline and fear constantly, all the time. Everywhere I go in that game, it's like happy fish dancing around and like playful animals. And then I go like 10 feet outside the starting zone and it's like doom music. Something tries to eat you. There's nothing beneath your feet and all you can see is darkness in every direction. And I'm like, this is fine. I just want to vomit constantly. This is my every nightmare all at once. But I'm such a Minecrafter. I'm such a Stardew Valleyist that I just want to go around and like gather all the fish, put them in a fish tank. I want to make a tank with every single fish. I want to make a planter with every single plant. I want to see what's at the bottom as soon as I can kill everything that's trying to eat me. And you know how hard it is to kill stuff in Subnautica? They literally don't have guns. You have a tiny little knife, and you can't kill stuff with the knife. You can only kill small fish with the knife. If a shark tries to eat you, you can't stab it to death. You have to run away. It's very sad. Very sad.
Should have played one of my fine recommendations for what you should have played.
Your fine recommendation was to play a 30-year-old JRPG, Connor.
Hell yeah.
That sounds like Connor, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Is what it sounds like.
Jesus, why don't you recommend I play Star Fox 64, Connor? And I already beat it, and I got the fucking Fox's dad ending, okay? I got the unlock where you can literally play multiplayer as a little dude running around on a planet. It sucks really bad. They're so easy to kill. I don't
That
know
game
why.
is still so playable. It's so good.
What game did Connor suggest? Suikoden.
Suikoden.
Suckoden, more like. Am I right?
Got him.
I don't know that I got him, though. That was actually pretty weak.
It was an attempt.
I know. It was an attempt. Look, I wish I had one of these pop polls that I do on some of my other shows where I'm like, all right, let's ask the viewers or, let's ask the stream what you think. But I actually can't come up with inspiration for one right now.
You got it. You got a whole session to come up with one.
Yeah, but it's only good during the intros. Otherwise, it's not an intro anymore. All right, look.
Better make it interesting.
Is there an art thing we can talk about, guys? Is there something artsy? Someone
I was
talk
thinking about our Lion King conversation, and then I found out about the whole Kimba thing, which I'm just totally like, Lion King doesn't even count anymore.
I don't know what Kimba means. What the hell?
Kimba is the Tezuka comic that was later made into a feature film. That basically, literally is Lion King.
It was
Kimba the White
also
Lion. Yeah.
it was also a TV show.
Yeah, was it?
I loved it as a TV show.
All right, let me tell you something, Connor. I have been preparing a rebuttal about Lion King. Let me say this, okay?
Yes.
Simba is a criminal. He's a criminal. Did he kill his father? No. But did he abandon his royal duties that he knew? He'd been training his whole life. Every single day had been drilled into him by a monkey and by Zazu. I don't remember what animal Zazu is, but he is obviously the best character besides Scar. Simba abandons his duties. Is that a crime? No. But
Simba's a
then
child.
when Simba is an adult, he returns for the explicit purpose of overthrowing his uncle. And let's break down the scene. Realistically, don't get drawn into the child movie. Think about it realistically, okay? Your uncle...
He's still a child.
Let's talk about it. Your uncle... Let's do it from Scar's perspective. Scar hears Simba's back in town, okay? He hears Simba's hanging out with the revolutionaries, with the resistance group. But he lets Simba charge into his throne room. Simba throws wild accusations at him and then basically assaults Scar. Okay? He gets into a physical altercation with his uncle with the intent to kill.
But he actually did kill his father.
And
Accusations were true.
wild accusations. Simba doesn't remember any of that shit. Scar has to tell him how it went down.
He went all Hakuna Matata.
As far as Simba knows, Simba is the one who killed Mufasa. That's how he remembers it.
Not even true.
But let me tell you something. The only moment where Simba is actually accepted as a leader is when he kills. It's when he kills. He is not accepted as an adult until he kills. And we overlook that. But everyone blames Scar for killing Mufasa, but no one says, oh, Simba killed Scar. Oh, it's so sad. I can't believe this happened. Simba is not accepted by the community until he kills. He's not considered a man. He's not considered an adult lion. He's not considered a leader until he murders. And yet we look down on Scar for doing the exact same thing.
But Scar was
made everything worse. The land was
Simba is the usurper to Scar.
No, but Scar is the first usurper. That's how it works.
I argue that Simba was accepted as soon as they found out he didn't kill Mufasa.
Oh,
they joined the fight.
Charlie's also bringing up the fact that Simba didn't kill Scar. The wolves killed Scar.
No, Simba did kill Scar. Simba left a man weakened and dying in a gutter. Okay? We've already covered this. It would definitely be accessory to homicide, and Simba would be charged for homicide. That's murder one. That's murder one, and that's a slam dunk in the American criminal justice system.
You realize the movie's not about the American.
He went into the throne room with the intent to overthrow the government, got into an altercation, and then left a man dying who was later killed.
Yeah, again, the whole place was like not prospering at all.
Shit happens in the wilderness.
Yeah, that too.
That's the circle of life.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
What I'm saying is, if you believe in the circle of life, you can't fault Scar, because Scar was just doing lion things, man.
I can fault Scar for being a bad leader.
Say the same about Simba.
But Scar isn't a bad leader. Scar rules through democracy.
See the land after Scar went into power? It was barren.
It was barren because they needed to feed all of the hyenas. No one had been feeding these hyenas.
They didn't have to feed the hyenas.
There's a balance. You can't
Look,
feed everything.
look at this. Look at this. Conorhughes racism again. You don't have to feed the hyenas?
No, because the hyenas
Not
feed
all of them.
themselves.
There's an
Not all.
equilibrium that must be
No. Bearded has become the new Connor now. How do you pick and choose the worthy hyenas, Bearded? Tell me, whom among the hyenas will be allowed to live and who will be let to die?
It's not like you're caring about all the animals in the entire world right now. Like, oh, this animal didn't get to eat today. No, that's how the wild works, my dude.
Yeah, and that wild worked by the guy at the top saying
didn't.
we should allow the hyenas to join our society.
Yeah, and not wreck it.
They totally wrecked the whole
They
place.
totally wrecked it. There's a whole shot where they go into back to Pride Rock and everything's gray and ugly and not green. That is not Hakuna Matata, my dude. That's all fucked up.
Let me ask you a question. How is Simba gonna fix this? Do you think Simba was out learning agriculture? Was he learning leadership? Or was he learning how to catch bugs and smoke dope?
You know what? There is a wax on, wax off, wax on scenario in there somewhere, okay? He was learning by doing simple steps that made for a bigger learning experience, okay?
I'm sticking on this.
He had to get old enough and strong enough to take on Scar in the first
Yeah.
place.
I mean,
But there you go. Look at the very thing you're saying. He has to become violent in order to fight Scar.
In a violent society, that's completely
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my goodness. Listen to yourselves. You guys are the real hyenas here.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
When I'm like, Scar rules through violence, everyone's like, yeah, that's because he's a bad guy. But you guys are like, Simba had to become strong enough to rule through violence because he's a good guy. There are some holes in your argumentation. Look,
First of all,
Okay.
Simba wasn't going to kill Scar, and he did not mean to because he told Scar just to leave. He banished Scar. There's
Yeah.
a difference.
but
See,
how
that
could
is
he banish Scar? Under whose authority?
Under his.
He's the rightful.
Scar
rightful
is the
heir.
rightful ruler.
No, Scar's the usurper.
Let me ask you a question.
As soon as Simba was born, he became the rightful
Your
heir.
argument was that Simba is not strong enough to rule as a child.
Yeah.
If Mufasa dies, that would mean Scar is the ruler since he is the next in line by blood. Simba has no
there's-
children.
No,
Mufasa
Simba
only
is
has one heir.
Mufasa could have been an eight, or not Mufasa.
Mufasa could have trained Simba to be bigger and better. And
But he
to-
didn't have
to
time.
rule. But
Mufasa
no,
was dead.
because
There is
Scar
always
killed
time,
him.
AP, okay? There's always a choice.
Scar killed him. Also, Scar should be the regent, if anything, not the heir.
Sure. That could be an acceptable argument, except when Simba ran away, you can't have a regent with no.
He ran away because his father was killed.
Because freaking
He
That's
ran
right.
away because Scar told him that's what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I agree.
And as somebody that Simba respected, he thought Scar was telling him what the right thing was.
I don't disagree with any of this.
Scar was lying to him.
I mean,
high five, Cotton. Whoosh.
however, that doesn't discount that if Simba is not there, he cannot rule. The throne would then default to Scar.
Scar
And
made
he
it so
did.
that he wasn't there because he told him
Simba
to-
could have stayed.
He's a child.
Yeah, he's a child.
Who was the best voice acting in the movie, Charlie?
I mean, did he say anyone's better than Jeremy Irons?
He did. He said the second best
What
voice.
the
in movie.
fuck?
Jeremy Irons is pretty
I thought Charlie was a man of culture that I could depend on.
No, Charlie's like you. He likes to
James
poke
Earl
people.
Jones? You think James Earl Jones? James Earl Jones had like 5 lines.
Exactly. That's how good he was.
No. No. I would put James Earl Jones at a solid third. Okay? Jeremy Irons, Zazu, and then James Earl Jones. Zazu was the...
Who was the voice of Rafiki? I liked him.
He only has like 5 lines too!
Doesn't matter. Follow Rafiki. He knows the way. That's like my favorite line, so I'm good for that. Follow Rafiki. He knows the way.
I gotta wrap this up. I can't just keep arguing with all of you, no matter how wrong you are.
That's a good choice.
Anything else we need to cover?
Not Lion King ever again.
Now I gotta watch Kimbo the White Lion and see how it compares.
I'm gonna watch Lion King again and throw popcorn at Scar.
I mean, all that means is that you're throwing Scar the food he needs to revitalize the shattered Pride Lands.
Nope. He's got all the food he needs. He just didn't allocate it well.
But you bring up a good point. What did the lions eat?
The other animals.
I know, right? But they never showed that.
Simba ate all kinds
They
of stuff.
talked about it.
Yeah, they definitely talked about eating animals.
They said they were told not to eat, kill more than they needed to eat, which is why they didn't let the hyenas in. Because Mufasa mentioned something about the hyenas killing for
Fun or sport.
Not for sport. They weren't eating everything. They were kind of surplus, I guess.
Got it. Okay.
And the lions knew how to keep things in balance.
Hyena racism by the lion regime.
Hyenas are scavengers. They're supposed to eat what the lions don't, not go and hunt their own food.
Cotton telling us what the hyenas are supposed to do.
Hyenas also eat baby lions in the wild.
I mean,
passages.
They're predators.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, your argument is that they don't hunt, and then your argument is that they do hunt.
I said they scavenge, and then they,
No, I can't keep doing this. All right, let me write down the time. 17 minutes.
In 17 minutes, I'll never get back.
Best AP gaming ever? I mean, that's what some people say. Is it the greatest episode so far? Probably not. I feel like I'm the only one here arguing with facts and logic. Everybody else is arguing from their hearts. But that's fine.
Have you seen the movie recently?
That's what Disney tells you to do.
That's going to be a big hate. I haven't seen the movie in like 12, 15, 20 years.
Speaking of movies with big heart, I watched Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet last week.
Oh boy, yeah, that actually is not a terrible movie.
No, it's actually really, really good. Cliche? Yes. Good? Yes.
I mean, the hashtag Shiny Moana shirt is fantastic. Look, let's talk about what happened previously on the show. Who remembers last episode?
I do, but I mean, I think you do a better job of recounting what happened.
We'll do it tomorrow.
You know what, Connor?
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to tell you, screw you. And second off, I'm going to make you recount the episode. Watch, I wasn't going to do this. I thought maybe I'll do it. And then I thought, no, you know what? I'll just leave it to anybody. But now I'm going to make you do it. This is how. As your ship docks with the Psionic Academy ship, the Dawn of Tomorrow, you find yourself in an enormous hexagonal rod. The gravity appears to pull you towards the inner plating. The first eighth of the ship is a cargo bay and dockyard, where inside there's not just places to land ships, but also construct shuttles. They have small cargo lighters that perhaps travel in system between planets and rocket burns and all sorts of smaller ships. But the 7/8 of the back end of the ship are all a beautiful garden with numerous academies, shopping malls, houses, parks, even a small forest, all contained inside of a tube. Very Babylon 5-ish. As your ship lands, you are met by a VI, a robotic virtual intelligence that says, "Hello, I am Agent Aurora. Please come with me."
Where are we going?
We are going to debrief and decide whether you will face criminal charges.
Criminal charges for what?
Let's talk. And then the robot keeps its head facing towards you, but its whole body turns around and begins walking away from you. So it's moving towards a small elevator that goes into the outer layer of the ship. So basically like the inner workings of the ship. As it's walking away, its eyes are still locked on all of you and says, "Come along."
I go.
That doesn't sound good. And I continue to walk.
All right, let's see where this is going.
So Marguerite and her mother, whose name you have still never asked, despite spending almost a month with her, both make their way behind you. As you come to a service elevator, the robot says, "Good day, Marguerite Tiku. I am Agent Aurora. I'm speaking to you remotely through this telepresence robot. I am pleased to meet you." And then the robot drops down onto one knee. Its hand extends out and a rose pops out of it like a magician's. And he says, "Please take this, a gift." So Marguerite is now juggling Mallow, who she's brought with her, even though she left Mallow in the good care of Bella. She's juggling Mallow and the rose at the same time, and just kind of sniffing Mallow and the rose both at the same time again. The elevator begins descending into the surface of the ship. You get the idea that these inner ship bulkheads are probably at least 10 meters thick. You could have whole buildings built into the hull that you'd never even see had you not come through here. You arrive in a stainless steel hallway. Everything is shiny and reflective. There's only one room at the end. The robot says, "Please, will the crew of the New Sky join me in the room? The elevator will continue to bring Marguerite and Miss Tiku to their final destination." So that the robot moves to like gesture for you to follow it, and is holding its hand in the elevator so that the elevator won't leave without it.
I'll walk forward.
I guess we're going forward.
All right, Bella, what do you think?
Well, do we have any other choices?
I don't think so. Let's just go along with it.
Marguerite holds Mallow out towards you, Bella, and it's just like, "Thank you for letting me hold on to her till the last second. I've got several more facts, but let's just exchange mobile information, okay? That way when I learn new stuff, I can share it with you."
And I'll send you pictures.
Okay, so she pulls out her little mobile and moves to like bonk your mobiles together so you can exchange contact details.
I bonk it.
Okay. As you get Milo handed over, the robot withdraws its arm and the elevator doors close almost ominously slowly in your faces. The robot begins moving towards the meeting room at the end of the hallway.
So why are we facing criminal charges? She like whispers to the actual crew, the people who are part of the crew.
I have no idea. We brought them what they wanted.
Yeah, I thought we accomplished our mission.
And she'll like
This doesn't make sense.
You guys
Like-
were wanted, weren't you?
Yeah, by the whole freaking universe, though? Now, aren't we in a different sector, though?
You're in the same sector, you're in a different system.
Yeah. I mean, come on, we can't be that famous.
She'll
Or
like lean
infamous.
over to Kirsch and be like, "You don't think this is our fault, do you?"
No, I don't think so. I mean, these guys were in a rough condition when we met them. I think we can just play this like we weren't part of the whatever this mission was.
I mean, we really weren't.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So you
once the
finally
troops
reach
are
the
inside-
meeting room. As you're talking, Aurora opens the door, and you could see that there are 4 chairs on one side of a table and a 5th chair on the other side of the table. It's got one of those hanging light bulbs, and the whole rest of the room is dark. Aurora kind of raises his hand and like shoots it at the light bulb, and it clicks on. It's all very 1920s noir. Please, come in. Sit down. This will take a while.
I take one of the seats.
According to
Ditto.
the ship's registration, Rogr Leeto, you are now captain of the vessel, the Beluga. Is this correct?
Sure. Yeah. Through circumstance, that seems to be what has happened.
When your group
Yes.
approached me, we loaned you one of our shuttles called the New Sky. Where is
Yes.
that vessel now?
It had to be left because when we were starting our mission, we were ambushed by Confederate folks and had no intel that they were even going to be there.
Why don't you begin at the beginning? Tell me everything that's happened. There it
And
is,
I recap
Connor.
everything
There it
that's
is,
happened.
Connor.
Is he going to recount everything?
I mean, he's asking you to recap everything.
Yeah, but I can't. Now Roger is.
Yeah, and I'm going to recap by saying, yes, I recap everything to this guy.
Very well. But
Yeah.
let me ask you, what do you think happened on the last episode?
Oh, I don't know. I was drawing.
You get to the part where you meet up with the crew of Bella and Koosh, and that's when Koosh gets to take over telling what happened last episode.
All right, so first we got on the ship, and for whatever, I don't know why, but they flipped us around a whole bunch of times and nearly got us into some trouble. And
They tried to rob the ship from us.
including your passenger, it seems like. Anyway, eventually we came to an amicable relationship, and we managed to dock at a station where we met some colorful characters, and we met lots of friends. And then eventually we managed to get here and avoid whatever conflict there seemed to be going on with your systems or your systems police force of some kind, as well as the Gilded Fleet. And now we finally arrived here.
There are many people that wanted the psychics that we brought.
And we lost 2 of our crew to get this mission completed.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys are the replacements.
Doesn't seem like you guys did a very good job if you lost 2 crew already on your first mission.
Please,
Boy, well, for a person who wasn't there, you're pretty quick to judge.
please, before you all begin devolving into whatever argument mercenaries have, allow me to ask several questions. You are aware that firing upon a Confederate naval vessel and Confederate naval officers is an act of war, yes?
Of course.
You left
I-
behind evidence of your crime, yes?
Yes.
For our survival, the answer is still yes. But remember, we were ambushed. It was supposed to be an easy mission where we picked up a psychic and bring her here. And we were never told of a possibility of Confederate ambush. We tried to escape. They followed us. So at that point, it became a matter of survival for us.
You are aware that your current ship is stolen.
Did not know that. We bought it from these 2 guys.
At a Gilded Fleet stolen shipyard.
Is that what that sign said? I don't know the translation of that language.
Your
Yeah, pretty much.
flippancy is not appreciated right now, Captain.
What's the point here?
We are still judging your methods. However, we prefer directness during these kind of debriefs. Should you continue on with our organization?
If we get better intel, we'd be happy to continue with the missions. But we need to know more about what we're getting into.
We gave you the intel that we had, which was excellent.
And then we survived based on the intel that you gave us. And right now you're drilling us for it. Why is that?
Captain, can you explain the reasoning with which you plugged an AI and unbraked it long enough to allow it complete control of a military vessel?
Yeah, because the only way we were going to get away was to do this. Our AI had been blown to bits by these same Confederate ambushers. I'd been shot, another crew member had been shot and killed, and we only had one crew member who could even defend themselves. So we were in, dire straits. The only thing we could have done is well, actually, and we got lucky because our charge, the girl, actually saved us. Otherwise, we all would have been killed, and the entire mission would have been, useless.
So you've been noticing that rather than interrupt you, Aurora seems to let you finish talking about whatever you're talking about before moving back to questioning you on whatever it was questioning you before.
Mm-hmm.
And Aurora says, Captain, are you aware that this system is one of only 2 within the sector that still follows mandate law?
I'll take your word for it. So what's the mandate law that you're referring to?
Are you aware of the serious penalties that can be delivered to any person found unbreaking an artificial intelligence?
No, I can't say that I can quote every law that's in the system.
Are you aware of the serious penalties that can be involved in any person involved in malware, as in allowing an AI to gain access to a military vessel?
Do you guys have lawyers or something? I'm going to repeat again. For us to be able to get out alive, we did what we had to do. What is it? What's your point here? What are you trying to drive at?
Captain,
They didn't use the guns.
are you aware that on or around the time you left the system, leaving the New Sky behind as evidence, a Gilded Fleet combined operation began launching a massive naval strike against the planet? We believe the evidence of your crime has been lost in the aftermath. The Confederate government is 5-3 odds, incapable of responding. We lost Shep.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been.
Yeah, I didn't know whether he was just stunned by this knowledge or we had just lost him.
Yeah, there he
They
is.
didn't use the guns.
Do I need to flip my camera? Would that fix it?
It won't fix it. We have to leave art mode,
Okay.
and then you'll have to flip your camera.
Yeah, I completely got dropped. What a pisser.
What was the last thing you heard?
Beard had said something about guns.
Okay.
So I lost a good 30 seconds plus.
Yeah, I'll have to remember the exact thing that happened.
It was so good. Delivery was on point. Here,
Yeah, it was. You should go back and watch the VOD sometime.
I'll have to.
All right, Connor, you got to take us out of draw mode real quick. There we go. All right. Cotton, you flip your camera. All right. Now you can take us back into draw mode. Mr. Hughes, draw mode engage. Fantastic. We're back where we need to be. Captain, are you aware that at or around the time of your departure from the system, a massive naval fleet, combined operation of the Gilded Fleet, began attacking the system?
So was that the fleet we ran into on our way in?
No, this is the fleet you didn't get to see on your way out.
Okay, then I would say no, I didn't know anything about that.
Our analysts put 5-3 odds against that the Confederacy will be able to respond to your crimes. The evidence has almost certainly been lost in the war.
Then I would think we are pretty lucky people.
Your actions are reckless. They are illogical. But, as you have noted, you are willing to do whatever it takes in order to deliver your payload. In this case, psychics. This will discuss further merit in the future among the council. For now, you will be paid the amount agreed. Information on the scream that we have been holding for almost 1,000 years. In addition, 2,000 credits. Further employment will be discussed 24 hours from now. You have free run of the facilities. VIP access passes are being prepared for you.
All right. Well, we thank you for that. We look forward to the next mission.
In addition, 500 credits are being added as a reward for bringing the mother with you. Her use in coercing the girl will be
Valuable?
tertiary, but useful.
Tertiary. Coercing the girl to do what?
This is a psychic training facility. What do you think?
I just like it to be cleared. So you're going to train her to be stronger in her abilities and make sure she doesn't damage herself.
That is correct.
Okay. Fantastic.
If you return to the elevators behind you, you will find your credit sticks, your access passes. Your ship will be refueled. We are processing the pink slip. We will need you tonight to sign over the ship to our command. And we will once more rent the ship out to you.
Is there any way we can get a better ship
No.
or have this one cleaned up?
If you wish to clean the vessel, I suggest that you spend the large amount of money we just gave you.
Let me talk to my crew, though. We might have other uses for that money.
We're
Understood.
cleaning the spiders out.
What was that?
So we're cleaning the spiders out.
No worries. We have already quarantined all of the biological entities on the ship.
Handy.
It is
Okay.
being refueled as we speak. Agent Aurora signing out, and then the robot just kind of folds itself back down into a box.
I don't think they were happy with us.
Seems like everywhere we go, no one's happy with us.
We did do some questionable things.
Sure did.
Yeah, like survive. And you guys, you know, what's a good word? Swindled us and buying a crappy ship so that you could survive. And I'm not going to judge you on it. We're all here and we're all
I
surviving.
didn't swindle.
You swindled. We wanted to upgrade and get a better ship. Look what we got.
Yeah, there's I can't remember what it's called. Those boxes on the floor that you can hide people in.
And they did come in handy,
That's-
didn't they?
That's an upgrade.
Smuggler
Your
hold.
ship didn't have that.
Yeah, the smuggler hold. I was thinking of an upgrade like stronger engines or, I don't know, better sensors or
It
something.
also had much more room than the ship you were currently driving.
Did it?
No, they had the exact same amount of room.
No, they had the one passenger ship when they came in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
From your point of view, that is correct.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
but it
that.
was a combat craft and was much more valuable than a shuttle.
It was also highly illegal.
Yep. So, point being, you guys are survivors, we're survivors. As far as I'm concerned, my goal is to survive. So, while I'm not full on, chaotic pirate, I'm going to have to do what I have to do to keep us and you alive.
Gosh, I would love if this conversation took place where you guys were walking in the elevator, and as the captain got done talking about his survivor song, it's all four of you with your all-access VIP badges with a fuck ton of credit sticks walking off of the elevator with Destiny Child Survivor playing in slow motion
There you go.
as you go to a
Sounds
public
good to me.
mall.
I'm sure somebody's gonna draw it now.
All right. Well, just as a note, you guys now have 2,500 credits, and you have 1 week all-access VIP badges for the dawn of tomorrow.
Okay, well, what's on the facility?
Is it 2,000 credits each, or to divide them?
2,500 credits total. Now, of course, Roger has his own pile of credits that he's secured via selling the fighter, the Confederate gunship. So,
Yeah.
how you guys want to divide up 2,500 credits is your own deal. I want to note that operating a ship is expensive. It costs 500 credits in order to get fuel for just one jump. These people are paying you back. Part of your salary from this job is paying you back for the fuel that you spend. But so don't spend it all in one place is what I'm saying. Life is expensive.
Probably should use some to upgrade the ship.
Yeah, I'm looking here. So we know we started with 10,000. We spent 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we spent 5, 6, 7. 341 went to Devi.
That was mine.
But it came out of the 10,000. I'm just telling you our grand total we've got, right? So we're a little short. It's about 9,000 plus the 2,500. So what is that?
All right.
11,500, give or take.
So several things to note about the Beluga right now. It is completely tapped out. Its mass and power levels are both at 0. Everything on the ship is using all of the things that the ship can use. It's already pretty advanced for a shuttlecraft.
So I'm gonna say, I took a look at the ship, and I mean, this thing, you're gonna sink way more money into it if you want to try and upgrade it. I think we should find out if we're gonna be on this next mission. I think we should find out what the next mission is, see if the vessel is appropriate for it, and then move from there.
So the thing that you could do is remove the extended life support system. That would give you enough space to install a Drive 3 upgrade, which would make the ship 1 point faster in drive space. And it would allow it to jump 3 hexes at a time. A Drive 3 upgrade costs 20,000, and selling off your extended life support will only cover 2,500. Which leaves you about 17,500 short.
What does the extended life support give us?
The extended life support gives you space for 20 people instead of 10. And with that space comes the requisite oxygen, water, and food. So technically, the 4 of you could survive in this ship. Well, plus Mello could survive in this ship for, let's see, it's 2 months at a time for 20 people. So you guys would be able to survive for something like 8 months stranded in space.
All right, I'm just doing some math here. 700.
Yeah, I mean, well, there is that thought. I mean, you guys do have that life support system. And I mean, with this fancy robot, I don't see us needing that anytime soon. We're stranded. Depends on how many passengers we plan on taking on.
Indeed.
Which, again, depends on the mission, right?
I would assume we're not going to be grabbing big crowds of people, though. Plus 2,500.
Who knows? We might be in a situation where, to save some lives, we might want to be able to bring on a bunch of people.
Does Roger have incredibly tiny eye spectacles that don't actually cover his eyes?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing
Excellent.
that. Yeah.
Excellent.
I like them.
I love it. So you all are kicking around ideas on starship replacement. It should be noted that new starship parts are on page 97. If you don't know how to rebuild a starship, you probably don't want to do it right now because it will take a while to learn how to do starship building. The other thing you can look at is starship modifications, which are a little different. They don't take regular spots. They're more like, well, modifications that you can tune things up with. Those start on page 108. Things like efficiency to the cargo bay, upgrading your drool velocity, to treat your spike drive as if it's one better.
All right, we've got 11,800 credits between us. That includes your 341 Devi. So it doesn't sound like we can do anything, can we?
I've already spent that money repairing myself from last episode.
All right, then I'll subtract that.
Last episode.
He gave you 10 credits back.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm going to round it off. 11,500.
That's right. I do have 10 credits.
So on this station, are we getting room and board, or
You have an all access pass, so you can just walk into any hotel and they will give you a room. Of course, these are only good for 1 week.
and
You can
they'll give
get-
us a room for money though? Like not.
No, you could just walk in and get a room.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Food. You have to pay for any goods that you get, but they'll cover your restaurant bill.
Okay. Whoa, hey guys, I haven't eaten like I'm gonna eat now in a long time. What do you say, Bella? What kind of food are you looking for?
Seafood.
Seafood.
I would also like to see food.
What's like a reasonable amount of credits for all of us to have, just as like spending money, so that we have money for food?
Well, you don't need money for food right now. Food prices vary vastly by the tech level of the place that you're at and by its availability, right? A space station food will be more expensive than if you bought it on the ground. A tech level 4 system can basically generate food. A tech level 1 system is in the Bronze Age, and food is probably the primary form of currency.
Well, I was thinking more like, we'll have a bank of the main money, and I guess I'm holding it, but everyone can have like 500 credits. I mean, is that enough for us to actually do stuff with? Yeah.
So rations cost, just as a general.
How much is a loaf of bread?
Okay, so your question is, what could you survive on a day? 15 credits is enough to get a commonly good living space and food for 1 day.
I'm going to use all 500 credits. Well, about 400 credits to upgrade my body.
Do you need any more? Aren't you fully healed?
I'm fully healed, but I would replace parts to get to a certain point where I'm not as bulky and large.
I mean,
Cosmetic changes.
Cosmetic
Yes.
changes?
That.
Okay, that's going to take some hours in a shop, and you'll have to find somebody that you trust to do that, right? So normally robotics wouldn't be very hard, but you have a transhuman shell system, so if anybody messes with any of the core systems, you could seriously be damaged. You'll need to find someone who's an expert.
Okay.
Unless you want to try it yourself.
Is Kush an expert?
Kush, do you have Fix, and what level is it at?
Fix 1.
Okay, Kush is actually an expert.
Let me just check that.
He's probably the only one I trust.
Really?
Yeah, because I only know like a handful of people.
Guess that's true. I just
don't
can't
know.
believe that you trust. I mean, just because you know him does not mean that you should trust him.
He already fixed it once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say that. You already
And
fixed
I
it.
didn't charge it. I have
You guys
0.
good hands.
I have 0, by the way, not 1.
Oh, I also have 0.
Okay.
I guess I'll try it myself then.
1 day's worth of rations is 5 credits.
All right. So let's make it official. Everyone takes 500 for their personal spend, and that leaves 9,500 in our bank that we can decide as a group what we need to do.
Okay.
Now we got to make more money.
So what's the plan? I heard something about going to get seafood.
Yeah, I did say that. What else is on this? What else is on the station though?
So the station is based off of Terran mandate culture. So unlike the previous station you were on, and technically this isn't a station, it's a ship. The space station that you were on claimed to have that North American experience. Terran Mandate culture is a combination of European, North American, and Chinese, Russian, the major players in the formation of the Mandate. So there is a almost 1,000-year-old Szechuan hot wok restaurant. And we're not talking it serves like 20 or 30 people. This restaurant covers the good portion of several city blocks and serves several thousand people. Basically, almost all of the like visitors and staff seem to eat here. It appears to be very highly recommended. There are several other restaurants, of course. Most of them are slightly better than just getting a protein slurry or oatmeal slush. There's a soy burger place. What do we call Buddha burger? There's a Buddha burger.
Buddha burger.
There's a steak restaurant that seems like it would be incredibly fancy to go to. It should be noted that this seafood place has an attached aquarium where it appears that they have an entire coral reef where they grow their own plant and food matter.
I want to go there.
Yeah. I mean, I've never stepped on a planet before.
Let's go.
Also, I'm gonna look it up on the internet or whatever. Maybe services available for psychic training, anything like that, workshops or
with your all access VIP pass for the week, you'll be able to attend any psychic class that you want to. Each day they offer a different psionic discipline as being like the headliner. Of course, this entire place is essentially a K2 doctorate level psionic training facility. So, right. I mean, you could get any level of classes from Psionics 101 and the history of psionics to advanced psionic theories, up to and including AI psionic bridge.
And did we get that information about the Scream?
You have not gotten the information about the Scream yet.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And that's not going to any of you. That's going directly to Dr. Leeto.
Yeah, I figured.
What do you prefer to be called now? Is it Captain Leeto? Is it Dr. Leeto? Is it Captain Doctor? Dr. Captain? Cap?
I think we'll stick with Dr. Leeto, the acting captain of the Beluga.
Oh my goodness, chat. We've got one of those people that likes putting hot, salty fries in milkshakes. No, I saw this shit on fucking Green Arrow, and then they put it on the Flash. I can't believe that's awful. You no, you ruined both of the objects when you do really that. No. Oh, Californians, what can we do with you people? West Coast.
Join us.
No.
Yeah. Never.
You all approach the Szechuan hot wok. A woman outside meets you in a Chinese dress. I think they're called a cheongsam. And it's just like, welcome, honored guests from afar. If you'll allow me a moment to scan your passes.
I hand out my pass and bow.
Okay, she just blinks one of her eyes, holds it closed, and then uses her other eye to like hard stare at each of your passes, and then says, we have a table set aside for you. Would you also like to, for an additional cost, go on a safari and perhaps pick your own lobster, shrimp, or vegetable dish?
Is it virtual or is it we really go there?
It's quite real. We'll provide you with all of the diving equipment you'll need.
We're going!
Yeah, let's go.
Please reserve 4 hours of time.
What time of the day is it?
She just looks at you and says, we are in space on a ship.
I thought we were on a planet. Okay.
You are on a enormous rod-shaped bulk freighter.
It's time to catch some lobster.
Yeah, I think so.
So Debbie, you're actually rated to work under several hundred meters of crush depth as a box. So you don't even need a suit. You can just operate openly.
I'm gonna get the best lobster.
And then not eat it.
The Leviathan of lobster.
Yeah.
According to your, I guess you're asking what is your local clock time, like your internal ship's time?
Yeah.
As far as you know, it's somewhere around 11 a.m. Okay, you are and by the way, that's 11 a.m. on January the 13th. 3200. You set aside 4 hours of your time. She leads you through the restaurant towards the back end for this massive aquarium tank. You could see that the tank also feeds into the river tributary system that goes down one side of the ship and then goes through the engineering bay to get cleaned and up the other side of the ship. It's like a lazy river that people can just hop into and ride their way down to the back end of the ship. Everything here seems very relaxed and chill. I don't know if any of you have ever encountered a society as non-violent and casual as what you're seeing in this place.
Nope.
The Psionic Academy ship Dawn of Tomorrow is almost arrogant in its refusal to accept that war and crime are present. I need all of you to make a mental effect save.
Mental effects. Oops.
No, Bella, that's a 5. Kush got a 7.
We're gonna know what happens when we fail.
Nope.
You know what? I rolled 20s, not working for me.
In mental?
Mental, yeah. What's the problem?
Roll 20s frozen on me. You want to roll for me? Wait,
Yeah,
here
sure.
it comes.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, it's really delayed.
Sorry, Devi. You didn't need to roll because you're a robot and you don't have the thing that allows robots to... You're an AI and you didn't take the process that allows you to be a psychic as an AI.
Aha.
Mental save?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Professor Leeto, let me double check. I don't think you get to know what happens.
Woo, wow, nice roll.
But...
Wait, let me check with my new skills, right?
Yeah, it's a telepath discipline skill, so you definitely do not have it.
Okay.
None of you are metapsionicists who might get a chance at this. Telekinesis, telepathy.
Did my mental save?
AIs can't be targeted by telepathy or anything. Wow, did you really just waste a 20 doing a second roll?
Yeah, because I didn't even see the roll in the first place.
For your first one was a 19.
There it is. So 1920. It's fine.
Only
It'll come
those
up.
with metapsionic expertise or telepathy level 0. So let me ask you a question. Kush, how skilled are you in metapsionics? Right? Have you made your life into the science of studying it, or are you just a casual user?
Of metapsionics?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I've encountered it, but
okay, so
that,
you have no idea that you've just been
Not a
telepathed.
Jedi.
no.
So Bella and Kush, you've both been telepath. I'm telling you that your characters don't know it. Someone is reading your mind and determining your intentions.
Okay.
You are giving your pick of colorations for your suit. There's just like one of those, hex code menus where you can pick it. The suit colors are changing as you do the rollover and choose what color you want. They're all pretty vac suit-ish, form-fitting, underwater suits with giant fins. You can see through the clear glass into this space that the lighting is reduced and the gravity has been increased. This place is formed into a full multi-kilometer coral reef with shelving. There's dozens of types of fish rolling around. There's huge schools of prawns and fish and shrimp and lots of seaweed and other sea plants. There don't appear to be any predators, however. So your guide says, your teacher will be along in just a few minutes. Do you have a preference? Male, female, length of experience, personality?
I look at
For
it.
our teacher? No.
Someone who's nice.
Yeah.
Understood.
I choose the blue suit. Boop.
Oh, I already chose that blue suit.
I choose the red suit. Boop.
I already chose the red suit.
Too bad.
I'm already Mercy.
The funny thing is, she doesn't even eat. They don't even need a suit.
Yeah. So now two of you have red suits. It's form-fitting, so you just look like a red robot now. With a giant,
And most
you know,
of my parts are like boxy too, so it's
Yeah.
just like super.
Feel like a Christmas present.
Yeah, pretty much.
The yellow suit.
all right, so now you guys look like Power Rangers, I guess. So a man comes along. He looks like he's in his mid-30s, kind of a sun-tanned, goatee, salt and pepper hair, kind of deep-set wrinkles, and says, "All right, mates, welcome to the tank. Your first time here, then?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Name's Swayze. I'll be teaching you and guiding you through the reef. Is there any particular thing you're looking to eat today?"
Big lobster.
Anything?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but can you actually eat?
Yes.
Okay. I've just never encountered anything like you. You seem like you're somewhat above the level of a robotic virtual intelligence, so my apologies. I wasn't trying to be rude.
No problem.
All right, so for you, you want a big lobster.
Yes.
Does anyone else have a preference for what they're going to be eating for the afternoon?
Anything you recommend?
Well, I gotta tell you, honestly, I really feel like you gotta try the mackerel.
I'll take one of each.
A lobster and a mackerel?
Yeah.
And you can't go with Szechuan without getting some shrimp. I mean, you have to throw those shrimp onto the barbie.
Those look pretty small, right? I'll take a few of those, yeah.
I want to try the shrimp.
All right, what about albacore? You have albacore?
We do indeed, sir.
Fantastic. I'll get some albacore.
All right, so you guys spend a couple of hours just kind of floating through the water. Every once in a while, he waves his hand out, and like various shrimp or fish or objects float towards him. It becomes clear fairly quickly that he's a pretty powerful telekinetic. Things will like struggle to get out of his grip and then calm down, and he just kind of holds them there and is like, "This is a shrimp. This is how we're going to catch them. Here's your net. You're going to want to make this kind of motion and then close the bag at the end."
Oh, they're so cute.
Incredible how you do that. You have such a way with animals, or with seafood, I guess.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's mostly psychic powers.
Psychic powers? I've never seen psychic powers like that before.
Well, you came to the right place if you're looking to learn more about psychic powers. This is the Psionic Academy ship, the Dawn of Tomorrow. I mean, I heard that you all are guests of the headmaster.
That's right. I mean, I myself I'm a telekinetic, but I've never seen what you can do before.
Well, you keep at it, and you'll be able to gain new powers anytime now.
Amazing.
Quite
Yeah,
my
the
net.
ability to rewrite the laws of physics with your brain is amazing, mate.
I try to catch some shrimp. Hiya!
I mean, it's not hard. The shrimp are incredibly slow. You're a robot, so you're just like...
I did it.
Good job.
Now remember, don't name the animals that you're going to eat.
I named this one Billy.
That was a mistake. Maybe
Billy
you better
Boy.
let that little Billy back out into the ocean.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
All right, so you let this one little prawn go, and it just starts swimming away at high speed for a prawn, which is super slow.
Bye, Bill.
Finding Billy.
She just like starts dumping out the rest of her shrimp.
Miss, are you sure you want to do that? You're not going to have anything to eat for dinner.
Is there anything that I don't have to kill? I just realized what's going on. Like I just put the pieces together.
Okay.
I bonded with
I
them.
apologize. I feel like we really explained this several times on your way in, but, I guess it's your first time here. We could get you some nice, like, salads based on several plant types.
That sounds good.
I will note, however, that you are, of course, taking the plants out of their natural environment and killing them before you eat them. They're just, not as alive as animals.
Oh, that's right.
Can you read the thoughts of plants?
No, but you can read the thoughts of some animals. Actually, I should note that there is evidence that there were several plant-based species of aliens.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's some system out there in the sector where there's like 2 whole civilizations of plant-based aliens built different empires on top of each other on the planet.
That's amazing.
And then a 3rd velociraptor dinosaur type built another civilization on top of that before humanity ever reached the stars.
Is
Of course,
there a
they're all-
dinosaur lobster type?
No.
What about a really big lobster?
I mean, there are some pretty big lobsters. Yeah.
Where are
No.
those?
I mean, they're all around us. This reef is massive. Space is at a premium, even though we're in like a giant spaceship.
I swim off to try to find a lobster.
Hey, I don't know that it's safe to swim off on your own, so please stick with the group.
Where can I find the lobsters then?
Look, there's lobsters all around us. We'll keep hunting around. We've got at least 2 more hours, okay?
Okay.
Just stay with the group. Look, we'll look for a bigger lobster, but let me tell you, why don't you just keep gathering lobsters, and when you find a bigger one, release the smaller one.
I can do that.
Excellent. All right. Okay, we got the group together. Doctor, you've been awfully quiet. How do you feel about all this?
I'm okay eating albacore because they don't scream when you cook them.
Yeah.
So it works for me.
Okay.
Got a nab knife?
All right, you're very straightforward then, compared to the rest of your crew.
I don't think that's how that works.
The lobsters will scream when you cook them.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's why you gotta put them in head first.
That's horrible.
That's what you do with lobster.
You guys are going to make it so Cotton is not going to be able to eat seafood for the rest of her life.
You're the one explaining nations of freaking seafood.
All right, so I'd like all of you to just make a 2d6 plus your charisma save, or your charisma bonus, to see how well you guys do in catching.
My charisma bonus is 0.
Yep.
2d6, 2d6, 2d6.
Yeah, an 11.
I got
Well-
6.
Okay, Cotton, you end up with this huge bag of exotic plants and other salad-based objects, including something that they call sea cucumbers. You're pretty sure they're not actually cucumbers, though. Devi, you end up with a lobster that's like 3.5 feet long. It's like a giant mutant lobster. It looks like it looks like if someone got the camera on it right, it could star as a kaiju in a freaking monster movie. Dr. Leeto and Kush, you guys walk away with, a small albacore, a small mackerel, and a medium-sized lobster.
Ah, man, I'm so disappointed with myself.
All right, mates. This is where my part of training you for today's experience ends, but I just wanted to ask, did you want to cook your own food, or should we have someone come over and prepare it for you?
You guys can cook mine.
Yeah, I'd like someone to prepare it who knows what they're doing.
I haven't seen half of this stuff, so maybe someone, if it's not an inconvenience to you guys.
Absolutely not. For guests of the headmaster, we will go out of our way to help you. So you end up with like a sushi chef that shows up and it's like hibachi. He shows up and explains how he's going to cook everything. Then he does a little, song and dance. There's lots of talking and back and forth. You could tell that this guy probably has been doing this for like 20 years.
Lots of knife flipping.
Yeah. Everything ends up being heavily spiced. This is a Szechuan hot wok place, so you're getting like blends of dozens of spices together and hot sauces.
Excellent.
You get a nice salad. It's, you know, very salt watery.
Okay.
They leave you the bill for your experience, your underwater experience, on the table for you. It's 200 credits for the total.
Wow, good thing we got these VIP passes.
So your dinner is covered.
VIP. This is not.
This,
Okay.
yeah.
I did not understand.
Food's covered. The experience isn't.
Maybe we should have asked if it cost before.
I think they told us at the door.
Yes, they did.
I wasn't listening. I got excited.
I was drawing.
Yeah.
If that passes, I'm gonna say I was drawing.
I was minus 200 for all of us. AP, you okay, man? Look, he's dying. Look, he's dying.
God, just being like, I wasn't listening. I was too excited. Oh, I feel like it'd be really easy to talk you into stuff on vacation. Want to go spearfishing, Cotton? She'd just be like, yeah, excellent. And someone would be like, you know, it has a pretty good cost, and you could also die, and there's sharks out there. And she'd just be like, spearfishing, yeah, I'm on the front of the boat with a spear.
Except I can't spear the fish.
Like Titanic with a spear.
All right, we'll take it out of our bank
200
credit.
altogether, right?
Do what?
It's 200 altogether.
Yeah,
right?
200 total. It's 50 apiece.
Okay. Yeah, I probably my 50. Dropping my 50.
That's okay. I let's just take it out of the bank if you guys are
Call
okay
it
with
a
that.
teamwork building exercise.
That's right. That's right. We all partook, so it's mission expenses.
Every time I get handed lobster, I just look at it and go, yum, and then put it on either Connor's or Sous Chef's plate.
So let me ask, now that you all are sitting down at a table, you have some relative level of privacy as far as you know. You don't, because several of you are being read psionically via telepathy. But as far as you know, you got a little VIP room by yourself. What is your group goal? What's the next plan for this ship? Are you sticking on with these people? Are you taking the ship back and going where you want? Are you gonna listen to them when they offer you another job?
You guys got a line on a better job than what they're going to offer us here? I mean, this place seems to treat us pretty well. Better
And
than
they
most
forgive
places.
you for all of your horrible, horrible mistakes.
Yeah.
Ow. Sick burn.
Look, let me ask you a question. Has anyone ever played that Sega? I think was it Sega Genesis game, Shaq Fu in Windy City or whatever, where you could literally set nets on fire by doing amazing dunks?
Yeah.
I feel like that's Cotton tonight. She's just fucking going. She's flying through the air and just dunking, and the backboard is shattering. The rim is setting on fire.
She's on fire.
Wow, I can't believe I remember that game.
I play it too,
I can't believe you can't almost remember that game because that game's awesome.
but it's really old.
Yeah, super old.
I mean, I was telling AP to play Suikoden, so that's old to me.
Look, Connor, I've played Zork. Okay, I got you beat.
I
Zork.
remember Zork.
There you go.
I played the very first Ultima.
Connor's a baby compared to that. Connor doesn't even know what King's Quest is.
Oh, please. I was playing Quest for Glory way back in the day.
He's like, King's Quest 3 was my shit, y'all.
I could always be a teacher of spearfishing.
Oh, there you go. You retire to learn more about humanity by teaching them to spearfish.
You're very good at finding lobsters.
I know. They are very easy to catch.
I was still a little bit hungry after that meal.
Even with my 10-pound lobster?
Well, I was. Or did I get to eat some of your lobster?
Yes.
Okay. Then yes. Then I wasn't hungry. I was just like,
Maybe you were hungry. All right, so what's our conversation? What do you guys want to do? We can continue to help others and get missions from here?
This place seems like a sweet gig to me. I mean, as long as we can okay any past mistakes and we can try and get them to move past that one way or another, I think this place is pretty good.
I like the jobs here. It lets me fly through the stars.
Yeah, and we do need an income source.
So I take that as we're officially part of the crew?
Yes. Congratulations.
I would say yes too, because we're the crew of the survivors. That'll be our name. No, I don't know if it'll be our name or not, but yes.
I like it.
Would you like some more lobster?
Yes. I take a whole lift the whole side of it, put on my plate, because I'm straight up Gokuing this meal right now.
Oh my god. With the rice bowl and everything.
Yeah, they have a ton of rice, by the way. It's a staple at a Szechuan hot wok, and it seems like they grow it right after reef.
Oh, I think once we clear this meal, we have a good night. I'm going to check out what's going on at the Sign-Off Academy. It's pretty good.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Yeah, I guess Bella. I was going to say, I want to check out what's going on with the Psionic Academy. I mean, Roger, you've got some psionic psychic skills, right? We should probably check it out together, see what's going on.
Look at this Connor racism.
Hey, David,
Oh,
don't
bro,
talk.
I heard you were a psychic. You want to go do psychic things together, bro?
No one else come along?
I mean, anyone's welcome. I just assume that it's not as interesting.
You just assume that because he's psychic, he wants to spend time with you and learn more about psychics?
I'm inviting him.
Okay.
It's an invitation. It's not assuming.
I
Jeez, I wouldn't want like it must be difficult being around your dinner table.
Don't worry, Connor. I'm just messing with you. It's not as
so
bad as
let's,
Cazador being outrightly and completely racist.
Yeah, Castro is flat out racist.
My favorite Cazador moment is when we had our secondary characters and his secondary character wanted to help his Cazador character. That's pretty meta.
Yeah, I mean, someone turned that into a fan art.
They did. It was amazing.
So from what I'm hearing, your
So,
plan
I
is
know
to
that-
at least hear the next job that these people have to offer?
Yeah.
You're not just going to take the ship and bail.
No.
Okay. What are your individual
I
plans?
think-
It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Roger, you're not getting your briefing about the Scream for another few hours. You were told at nighttime, so...
Okay.
And by the way, your times do not match local times. They have their own whole dark and light schedule within the dawn of tomorrow.
How skewed is it compared to our normal body clock?
They're on a
right
24-hour clock, but their 24-hour clock is like 5 hours ahead of you.
now? All right. So should we get rest or should we stay up? How's our bodies? What's our bodies tell us?
I mean,
I
your
feel
bodies
great.
tell you it's 3 o'clock, and the ship's telling you it's around 8 p.m., and it's supposed to be getting dark soon.
All right. So this is our all-nighter.
I'm gonna hit the bars.
I would like to visit the forest.
Is there a forest?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were told
Mhm.
on our way in.
Yep.
All right.
Well, you weren't told. You saw it. I told you there
Oh,
was a
okay.
forest. You saw it.
That sounds cool.
All right. You guys can do that. I'm going to go find some more medical supplies, get us some las patches, because I think the more we've got, the better off we'll be. What about any other supplies? I mean, I could even do the shopping while you guys are doing your stuff. You guys need anything?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything myself. I mean, depending on the mission that they're going to be taking us on, we might need weapons, additional weapons, guns, lots of guns.
I'm good, Captain. Wink.
I'm gonna go shopping for some clothes.
I can go with you, and then we can go to the forest.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I'm tired of this outfit as well. I'll go with you. So yeah, I guess I'll grab another outfit or two.
Do you want to come, Doctor?
Yeah, I'll come along. I can always get last patches tomorrow.
Yeah, we got a whole week. There's no rush.
Yep.
I wanted to see it all.
What kind of clothing are you all going to look for? Are we talking like dresses? Are we talking utilitarian wear? Are we talking men's shirts? Are we talking lounge wear, pajamas? What are you looking for?
I have a question. I've got secure clothing, AC3.
Yep.
Is there other clothing that's not bulky but better AC?
No. Secure clothing isn't technically clothing, it's actually armor. It's like ballistic fabric woven into clothes.
Okay.
That's pretty much the premium. that's the best clothing / armor you're gonna get.
That's the Gucci of armor.
Yeah, the next level up would be an armored undersuit, which you wear under clothes.
That has a better AC?
Same AC, but no encumbrance.
Is it? I have no idea. I thought it was.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
I thought secure clothing was the lowest armor. I guess not.
Let's see here.
Okay.
It's below armored undersuit, so I would think that secure clothing is better, but it seems like it's got the same AC. So.
All right. Then
Armored undersuit and secure clothing have the same AC. It's 13.
Okay. Then I guess I'm okay in that regard.
I mean, if you had a military contact that could hook you up, you could get a combat field uniform, which is technically, I mean, it'll look like you're a paramilitary soldier, but it's technically clothing with like a flak jacket and some other shit.
All right. Well, I'll stick with the group for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for something utilitarian, maybe a few changings of
So like a jumpsuit and maybe like some overalls, lots of belts, and
then a lot of shirts with no sleeves, that kind of thing, undershirts, that kind of thing.
Like wife beaters, tank tops.
I'm not gonna say that. Jeez.
I'm gonna say it. I want to clarify. Is that what you mean?
I mean, I don't mean
Maybe
that
some,
word.
Like, really old band T-shirts, just with the sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
Def Leppard. You want a Def Leppard shirt, vintage shirt?
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. There.
I'm
Something to lounge around.
I'm gonna follow Bello around and kind of see what she's looking at.
Bella's getting a dress and then some pajamas and then some utility wear. She's just getting like a small wardrobe.
What kind of dress are we talking about? What kind of style?
Something that's super in and fashionable right now.
So
And affordable.
super fashionable is actually kind of like a romper deal, right? Because in low gravity and in space, of course, skirts are not the in thing ever on a spaceship or a space station.
That's fair. Yeah, she's looking for a romper.
There's also like a combination gym shorts skirt deal that, it can be kind of skirty and flirty, but not revealing.
Skort.
Is that what that's called?
A skirt is the one that the shorts are actually sewn in with the skirt.
Yes, that's what this is.
Yeah. Space skirts.
Looking for like a crop top, but a big one because it'll have to fit over my boxy body.
You're trying to fit in with
Some,
Kush.
like, really, really loose jeggings.
Oh my god. First off, I want to tell you that jeans never made the leap to space travel.
Damn it. Some like really loose sweatpants then. I'm just trying to like pick a couple of things that
Trying to look like Kevin Federline, apparently.
I'm just like choosing it at random, but that just happened to be what I picked.
As much as I'm making these jokes, a tank top and sweatpants are pretty much my go-to clothes. Wow, I'm burning myself all day long. It's
A
super
tank top?
painful.
Self-burn.
Yeah, from time to time. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I go to the gym every day, Connor, and sometimes I don't swap my shirt until before I go on
I've
stream.
never seen a male tank top.
Really?
Yeah.
A male tank top.
I think if
I
I'm,
mean,
if
like
I'm thinking of the
almost
same
all.
thing-
We're not thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we're not thinking the same thing. That's not
Are you talking about a tube top?
maybe.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that
so-
what you're buying?
Tank top.
tank top has things up here. A tube top is literally just a strap of fabric.
Strapless. Yeah.
Tank top is a wife beater.
Okay, well then why didn't you say tank top before when I said what I said?
Because wife beater is just a funny thing.
Wife beater is a very specific kind of tank top.
It's a white one.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
It's
made of a certain fabric.
It's got
I've never heard of that kind of shirt referred to as a tank top. So
Okay.
all right, moving on.
I also get a tube top. How about that?
Fair enough. I mean, you're a robot.
I helped Debbie pick out a nice hat.
I mean, what kind of hat are we talking about? Like a woven straw sun hat? Are we talking trucker hat? Are we talking sombrero?
Oh no, something super high fashion.
Super high fashion? I mean, high fashion right now is instead of getting hats, is to replace your hair strands with woven electrical cords so that you can make your hair different colors.
Do they have the clip-in ones?
They have a thing where they can surgically place like a sleeve over your hair follicles.
No, I mean like the clip-on, like you do with like kids, you know, and clip in like the bright colors in their hair.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's assume that they do, though. I have no idea what you're talking about, but let's assume that they can do that because it's TL4.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
mean, space
I get
travel.
us both like clip-on fancy hair LEDs.
40 ounce of English space drink? I could see Kush walking around with some malt beer. God. We've really stereotyped and characterized Kush based on his clothing pick.
Yeah, geez.
Oh, now you're drawing it too. He's even got the like overalls, but with the with the belt area. Yeah.
Well, they're down. They're down around his waist.
Yeah, exactly.
Loungewear. Yeah.
Just to be clear, Connor, what you're drawing right now is a tank top.
I mean, according to
Tube top
you.
is if you took the straps off.
Yes, it's true.
Tube tops also like show the belly a little bit.
In Connor's case, most of his belly.
Yeah. All of the belly. Especially Kush's case, it's going to be like, he's got this rotund aspect.
Let's not explore that.
Let me ask you something, Kush. You see Bella trying on these skirts, these new dresses.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No thoughts.
No thoughts.
literally-
Understood.
Yeah.
I go
Cotton,
over to
you
him,
fail
I'm
your
like,
goal.
Would you like to try this?
0 experience points.
Sorry, what's that?
I
Zero
walk over to
experience?
Kush and I go, would you like to try this? And it's a
What-
tube top.
It's a tube top. Why don't you try it on?
I already did.
You
It
already
fits
did?
great.
You like it? All right. Then why don't you get one?
You can tell that the shop attendant is looking at the 4 of you. It's literally like watching a hoodlum gang of mercenaries strapped with weapons and with an accompanying robot trying on clothes. They're keeping a close eye on you. Doctor, are you getting any additional clothes?
Yeah, I'll get an extra two outfits, just kind of utility type, jacket, shirts, pants, nothing special.
All right. So your combined total bill for the day comes out to being about 40 credits.
10 each.
Okay.
And yeah, from there, Dr. Leeto, you get a eyes-only message asking you to go back to the ship and open like a secure conference on your bridge for a telepresence.
All right, so I excuse myself from the group. Let them know I've, have to be part of a conversation. But I'll catch up with them guys after. Well, I'll let you know once I know more myself. I'll let you know after.
Okay.
And
What do the rest of you do?
For shopping, I'd propose. I wanted to get some. Well, before he goes, I want to see if I can get some money so that we can keep shopping.
We each got 500 crits.
Oh, we
get your
got
500 credits,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Then I'm gonna go try to see if I can find some extra parts for me, cosmetic wise.
Yeah, if you want to spend 400 credits on, you know,
Bella's gonna wait and change into one of her new rompers, and then she'll go with Debbie.
your morale level right now, Belle, has dropped to nearly 0.
I know.
Cush's refusal to pay any attention to your new clothes or respect you in that manner has destroyed your confidence.
What?
That was Cotton's goal for the day.
to get, what was the goal?
You look great.
Belle was looking fantastic, and Kush never even noticed.
Instead, he's over here taking his overalls off so he could flex at himself in a mirror in his new wife beater.
Yeah, the guy's just drawing, all right?
While the girl walks away in the background with his robot friend.
To be fair, he was having some trouble with tank top and tube top.
It's confusing. It's confusing. Kush doesn't think of her in that way.
So, sorry, where's the rest of the party going?
I'm going with Debbie.
Where's Debbie going? Oh, you're going to go get cosmetic parts.
And then eventually we're going to head to the forest.
Okay. So they've started cycling down the night. It's not like it's super dark, but it is dim everywhere throughout the ship now. And the forest is above you, so you're going to have to walk the long way around, or you can ride the lazy river.
Lazy river.
That sounds fun.
So they have little rafts that you can just like hop on, and it'll has a little engine that'll push you along faster down the river while you sit.
If you get hungry, I still have lobster.
Oh.
Kush, where do you go? Do you separate from everybody?
I'm gonna tag along. I'm gonna check out the kind of the mechanic shops. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Leeto, when you arrive back on the ship, you close the bridge and lock the door and start a secure telepresence. A little hollow player pops into place, and a elderly man, bushy brown mustache, kind of baby face a little bit, green eyes, black hair. Definitely seems pretty aged. Probably has had some age rejuvenation treatments based on how old they look and how they stand versus how smooth their skin is. He says, Dr. Rogr Leeto. I am Dr. Richter Handelsfaug.
It's nice to meet you, Doctor.
Yeah, likewise. I am something of an expert in the particular thing that you are asking about. Psionic effects in a post-Scream universe, correct?
Yeah, I have an interest in just learning as much as I can about the Scream from a historical point of view, of course.
Yeah. Well, as you might know, the planet that I am currently on, and that you are in orbit of a moon that is in orbit of the planet. Sorry to have such minutia. It's a bad habit of mine in academia. Planet Thorhill.
Thorhill? Okay.
Yeah. This is the Moni Aziz system. I am on planet Thorhill. You are in orbit of one of our moons on the dawn of tomorrow. Yeah. So, as you might know, nearby to the Moni Aziz system, there is a black hole system at 0701. What you don't know is that several of our ships, mandate naval ships. Sorry, I should explain from the beginning. Our entire society is based off of mandate naval hierarchy. We are technically still mandate citizens. The entire mandate military fleet gathered in this Moni Aziz system in the post-Scream environment. This was the rally point. Many were forced to land, but some still remained. That's where our battle cruiser came from. You know how hard it is to maintain a Brussels-class battle cruiser for 700 years? It is not easy, let me tell you. It's been draining planetary resources for some time. And of course, the spike drive wasn't even working until, about 10 years ago. It was basically just a giant floating block of missiles. So anyway, in the aftermath of the Scream, it first arrived in 071 at the Black Hole. Most of the ships of the naval fleet, the Mandate naval fleet at the time, had at least one or more psychics on board, but there were 2 such vessels that avoided that fate. All of the Mandate naval vessels began entering into what we can only assume is kind of a civil war type conflict. Within hours, they had all destroyed each other around the Black Hole and have since then been slowly drawn in, as far as I can tell. It's not like I dropped by the system, but I assume over 700 years of gravitational force, they've all been crushed by now, or something close to it.
One would assume so, yeah.
Anyway, so 2 ships were not affected, and in addition, observed the proceedings. And before they jumped to the rendezvous, they observed a fight between the remaining 2 psychics through the wreckage. Now, we only have some minor fragments of what was being worked on at the research facility in 0701, but it was codenamed the Dragon, which is also the name of the black hole there.
And I'm going to ask again, even though you pretty much told me, but before the Scream happened, were there some events that they might have possibly done at this black hole?
There was a research facility at the black hole, codename the Dragon.
So that's the research facility.
But
okay.
the thing that you should be concerned about is that if the research facility is intact, and by no means will it be, it's had 700 years to plunge into a black hole, unless by some amazing miracle it's been kept out. But if it is intact, not only will it have Mandate era records and pre-Scream records, possibly even psionic records, it will include research data for the psionic coding. You see, at the very least, what I can find out from my security clearance is that they were using precognitive psionics to create the next generation of AI. AI that had been pre-coded with psychonetic code. The code is capable of future error correction. It predicts what the user needs before the user knows that they want it. Imagine that deployed at an AI level, not just filling out spreadsheets, but a truly sentient mind.
That's incredible. I mean, no one that I know in hundreds of years have been doing research like that.
Yes, of course not. People could barely get off of their planet. They couldn't even go over to the next system. This is what they call TL5, or some would even call it TL6, technology not even the Mandate was public with. So secret it was basically futuristic, almost like magic.
So let me understand this. So you're saying that they were really doing research to apply psionics to AI?
Yeah.
Incredible. And if you know about this, how come no one has gone back to look for the Dragon to see if it's...
There are several problems that I will outline for you. As it has been 700 years, there's no available course rudder to the Dragon system. I will speak of the project and the black hole as one now. It's simpler that way.
Mm-hmm.
Assume that in order to make this jump, you will need one of the greatest pilots in the universe. And they will need to be aware that any mistake on their part will kill everyone on board. Or not just kill, you could be lost for all eternity to suffer in the metadimensional system of the drill space. You're not just risking your life, but the life of your entire crew, your sanity, your very soul in existence could be lost forever in a place beyond human understanding. I want to remind you that humanity, while it relies upon the drill space now in order to accomplish all of its goals, they didn't become psychic until they pierced the drill space. It changed us on a fundamental level. Think of what that might mean for an extended trip.
I can understand the dangers. It does not sound
No,
good.
I don't think that you do understand the dangers. That is why we have never risked sending a ship. Even a simple shuttle would be a suicide mission. We do not have pilots of that caliber anymore. No one is that good. You would need some sort of expert, a computer assist perhaps.
Excellent information. All right, is there anything else?
No. Unless you have anything to share with me. I mean, I understand that you are not a doctor of psionic education or mandate history. You are a medical doctor, but we are colleagues in the doctorates, yes.
You sound very knowledgeable. I don't know if I would have any knowledge that would benefit you. I mean, I am a psychic, but a rather low-level psychic. So, you know, in terms of just sheer power, I'm not.
Yeah, no, very well. So of course.
But yeah, from where I come from, I just have a history. I'm trying to collect all this information, cultural information. I'm personally interested in the screen, but going from planet to planet, learning about their cultures and bringing back the cultural information to my home world is my long-term plan.
Yeah, I understand. When you speak with the headmaster, please indicate to him that I have discharged my debt to him, performing this favor. Yeah?
That would be my pleasure. Thank you very much, Doctor.
And, Doctor, one final note.
Yes.
This information is classified at not the highest levels, but nearest the highest levels of mandate security. Sharing it with you is a crime. I would ask that you not make public our conversation here. That is why we are having such a secure conference.
Understood.
Yeah.
Does that include the headmaster, though?
No, the headmaster is the one who arranged all of this.
He knows.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. I appreciate your candor, and my discretion will be at the topmost of my priorities.
So he clicks his heels together, gives you a salute, and then nods his head and says, "Yeah, fare thee well." As he fades out from the telepresence, we just get you sitting in your captain's chair, looking at the broken viewport on the front end of the ship that is yet to be repaired, and looking contemplative as you fade into darkness, and we take our break at the halfway point.
Yeah.
And a chew.
Yeah, I got that in just in time. Yeah, so we'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half. I'm going to try to flip my mic around. I thought I would like this configuration better, but I got to tell you, I fucking hate it. It covers half of my screen. The microphone is literally right in front of Stream Chat. It is so bad. It's infuriating. All right, so hopefully that doesn't mess up the stream. Switching the microphone around. Either way, we'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half. Stick around. Swish, swish. Oh, that lagged really badly.